أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. صدق الله العظيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, ma'am. Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry occasion. Let us proceed the session with a formal welcome address. I feel very pleasured and honored to welcome the dignitaries and participants. First, I would like to welcome our Honorable Chairman of Muhammad Sadak Trust, Al-Hajj S.M. Muhammad Yusuf, Secretary Janaba S.M.H. Sharmila, Director PRLS Hamid Ibrahim. My warm welcome goes to the most energetic, virtuous principal, Dr. A.R. Nadira Banu Kamal, who is the backbone and pillar of our college. We are really blessed and fortunate to have such a wonderful, kind, and versatile principal who have fostered a sense of support and appreciation to ensure the learning and growth of our institution. Today, we are able to conduct this webinar because of her support, cooperation, and positive tone. I welcome you, ma'am. My hearty welcome goes to our speaker, Mr. Ishwaran Ram. He is working as Vice President with Synprosoft, a leading Zuhu authorized partner based out of Chennai and heading the solution and development team for Synprosoft. He is an IT professional with over 25 years of experience in IT industry in multiple organizations. Prior to Zuhu, he worked with Tech Mahindra and Satyam Computer Service for more than 11 years in various positions. His interests include interacting with students and mentoring them. He is also a very good motivational speaker who guides the students to shine in their career. He also has a great interest in writing and developing Tamil literature. With this brief introduction, I'm very glad and proud to welcome such an eminent speaker today. Welcome, sir. Next, I would like to welcome the participants, those who are attending this webinar. We are really excited and thankful to have you all in this webinar. Next, I would like to give a short introduction about our college to the participants from other sectors. Our college name is Muhammad Sadak Hamid College of Arts and Science for Women, which started in the year 2018 in Ramanathapuram. It was established by Muhammad Sadak Trust, and we offer 6 courses: BA English, BSc Mathematics, BSc Computer Science, BCA, BSc IT, and BCom with Computer Application, with well-experienced and qualified staff. Thank you. Participant, kindly follow the instructions. Mute your audio and switch off your video. Avoid unnecessary chats during presentation. The feedback form link will be posted in chat box at the end of the session and also to the WhatsApp group. Kindly don't interrupt the speaker during presentation. Feel free to put forward your question answer in chat box, which will be answered at the end of the session. So now, without any ado, I hand over the session to our Madam Principal, Dr. A.R. Nadira Banu Kamal, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you, Shaheen. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and happy morning. I extend my hearty welcome to the resource person, Mr. Ishwaran Ram, and all the participants who have joined us through this webinar. Brendan, Chief Architect and co-founder of Arya Systems, says, if you think that the internet has changed your life, think again. IoT is about to change it all over again. We know that IoT is changing industries across the world, from agriculture to healthcare to manufacturing and everything in between. But what is IoT exactly? Since we are a mixed group, I would like to make the definition as simple as possible. However, I would like to ask you one question, that how we are all connected right now. It might be through either a laptop, a mobile, or even through a tablet. But whatever devices you are using, it's most definitely connected to the internet. And internet connection is a wonderful thing. It gives us all sorts of benefits that just weren't possible before. Think of your cell phones before it was a smartphone. You could just call or text, but now you can read any book, watch any movie, or listen to any song, all in the palm of your hand. And that's just the name, a few of the incredible things your smartphone can do. Connecting things to the internet yields many amazing benefits. We are all seeing these benefits with our smartphones, laptops, and tablets. But this is true for everything else too. The Internet of Things is actually a pretty simple concept. It means taking all the things in the world and connecting them to the internet. When something is connected to the internet, that means that it can send information or receive information or do both. This ability to send or receive information makes things smart. To be smart, it doesn't need that you should have a super storage or a supercomputer inside it. All it has to do is connect to super storage or to a supercomputer. In the Internet of Things, all the things that are being connected to the internet can be put into these three categories. Things that connect itself and then send it, things that collect information and then send it, things that receive information and then act on it, and things that do both. For example, the sensor can collect information about the soil moisture to tell the farmer how much to water the crop, but you don't exactly need the farmer. Instead, the moisture system can automatically turn on as needed based on how much moisture is in the soil. You can take it a step further too. If the irrigation system receives information about the weather from the internet connections, it can also know when it is going to rain and decide not to water the crops today because they will be watered by the rain anyway. And it doesn't stop there. All this information about the soil moisture, how much the irrigation system is watering the crop, and how well the crop actually grows can be collected and sent to the supercomputer that runs amazing algorithms and can make sense of all this information. And that's just one kind of sensor. We can add in other sensors like light, air quality, and temperature. And these algorithms can help much more. With hundreds, thousands of farms all collecting this information, these algorithms can create incredible insights into how to make crops grow the best, helping to feed the world's growing population. So we understand that IoT is a physical object that connects to the internet. And some of us would have seen that our friends saying that on the way back home, they can switch on the AC or the stove or even the lighting systems. So imagine wearable like shoes or watch that track your heartbeat and can flag potential health problems. Why? Even the Arogya Setu application, what does it do? It is a tracking app which helps the smartphones, which makes use of the smartphone's GPS and Bluetooth features to track the coronavirus infection. The application is available for Android and iOS mobile operating systems. With Bluetooth, it tries to determine the risk if one has near within 6 feet of a COVID-19 infected person by scanning through a database of known cases across India. Using location information, it determines whether the location one is in belongs to one of the infected area based on the data available. Consumers, products, durable goods, cars and trucks, industry and utility components, sensors and other everyday objects are being combined with internet connectivity and powerful data analytic capabilities that promise us to transform the way we live, work and play. Thus, IoT provides business, and people better insight into and control over the 99% of objects and environment that remains beyond the reach of the internet. By doing so, IoT allows business and people to be more connected to the world around them and to do more beautiful, higher level activities. At the same time, however, the Internet of Things raises significant challenges that could stand in the way of realizing its potential benefits. Attention-grabbing headlines about the hacking of internet-connected devices, surveillances, concerns, and privacy fears already have captured public attention. Technical challenges remain, and in addition to it, new policy, legal, and development challenges are emerging. The key IoT issue arises to be explored are some of the most pressing challenges and questions related to the technology. These include security, privacy, interoperability and standards, legal, regulatory and rights, and emerging economics and development. Thus, the Internet of Things is an emerging topic of technology, social, and economic significance. Projections of the impact of IoT on the internet and economy are impressive, with some anticipating as many as 1,000 billion connected IoT devices and global economic impact of more than $11 trillion by 2025. This faculty development program will help us to know clearly about what is IoT and what are the challenges associated with it and its future by our eminent resource person who will cover them very productively. With this short introduction, I appreciate the head of the Department of BCA, Mrs. Anwar Shaheen, and Assistant Professor, Ms. Vimala Bharati, for all the steps taken and utilizing the technology efficiently for conducting this webinar. And of course, definitely without the support of our management, all this is not possible. So I would like to thank our management, our Chairman, Mohammed Yusuf, Secretary, Mrs. Sharmila, and the Executive Director, Mrs. Hamid Ibrahim, for all their encouragement and support. Let's make the best use of this faculty development program and try to make some of the repetitive works to do by machines, and we do work efficiently because IoT is removing repetitive works by creating things that just weren't possible before, enabling more people to do more rewarding tasks and leaving the machine to do the repetitive job. Thank you. I now hand over to Ms. Shaheen to continue with the program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for a very good keynote address. Participant, kindly note if any interrupt occurs in between, kindly join the same link. Once again, I repeat, participant, if any interrupt occur, kindly join the same link. Now, next I hand over the session to Mr. Easwaran, sir.
Good morning. Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not going to be on video for long because it will take a lot of bandwidth. I see about 80 people in the meeting. So I will be switching over to off video mode. When we have a discussion, I'll come back to video. Anyway, I'm going to be sharing my screen as well. So that's more important in terms of the content, the topics that we are going to cover, etc. Very good morning to all of you. I'm extremely privileged to be part of this session. I come with about over 2 decades of experience in IT services, project implementations for various organizations globally. And though I have solid experience on the application side, on the Internet of Things, this is something new to me as well, though we have worked on this in the past for some of the projects. So I'm very sure that most of you in the audience will know more about IoT than me. I'm being very honest about that, but I have tried to put together a good presentation covering the important things that we need to know, where it is heading, how are we going to be impacted, what is going to be the future of IoT, and what is in store for us, everything. I've tried to put together everything. It's going to get disconnected. The session is going to get disconnected. So once once we join back, I will share the presentation and then start the actual session. So it's going to be a very interactive session. I don't want it to be a monologue where I speak for 1 hour and then you all hear, and more people are joining. Yeah, more people are joining. So
yes.
Anyway, I'm going to only give an introduction, so let them join. So I'm going to touch upon the very important parts of IoT, how it is impacting and how it is going to impact more in future, how we can get the benefit, everything we are going to cover. So let me take you over to the presentation, and any questions you have, feel free to drop it on the chat box, and I will take time to respond to you. If I am unable to answer any question today due to shortage of time or whatever reason, I will be covering it tomorrow in the next session. So I'm going to put my video off and go over to the presentation. Could you please give me sharing rights, please? Could you give me host rights, Shaheen, so I can share my screen? Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I got it. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. Okay, the topic for the day is IoT, a topic that we all are very excited to know about. Some of us are already using this particular technology. We know it's very interesting thing. Let me talk. Okay. I'm just admitting others as well. Okay. Okay. So let me quickly go over to the presentation. Okay, what is in store for us today? Okay, I have divided the agenda into 3 sessions. Today being the first day, we are just going to talk about more of introduction, what is IoT and how has it evolved. You know, any technology, it doesn't become popular overnight. It takes time to evolve. Okay, and your principal ma'am covered a little bit on the challenges posted by the IoT. So what are those challenges and how are we going to overcome? Whether we can overcome or not, that's a different question. But how are we going to overcome that? And then some of the industries where the IoT is being used today, IoT is going to be used in big time. We are going to cover all of that. And then finally, I will have some time for the Q&A session. Following that, tomorrow we are going to talk about technology. I'm sure that is something that all of you will be very interested to know. What is the architecture? What is the technology stack that is used? How is it being converged into a model, you know, a layer, an architecture? We are going to touch upon that. What is the future? Obviously, you know, any technology that we will want to learn, provided it has a huge demand, be it a cloud or mobility or anything. Even when internet came into account, we were all talking about that, you know, big time. So now we need to know how IoT is going to help us in getting into a sellable model. If tomorrow we all learn a technology, and then we need to be sure that we get enough jobs and we are able to do well. It makes we make a decent living. So what is the future? How is it being positioned in the market today? The industries that it covers. Some of the topics I have taken to today, we will see depending upon the time, I will manage that. And then finally, moving on to the third day, I am going to touch upon the case studies. That is most important for anybody to know how the industries which are using today IoT, how they are benefited, how it is helping them, how it is going to help them enhance their business, etc. So we are going to cover a couple of case studies. I will try to have as many case studies as possible. Case studies that you can easily relate to. Okay? I don't want to bring something that you will not understand. So I will try to have something simple and easy so everybody can connect with it. So that's the kind of broad agenda that I want to touch upon. And then I will move on to the actual presentation. So as I told you, any process, be it a technology process or anything, it requires time to evolve. a man has taken ages to evolve to what it is today. From where we started as a Stone Age man to what it is today, somebody is sitting and operating a computer. It has taken ages, it has taken years and years to become what we are today. And it is not going to end today, right? It is going to go further from here. So 10 years back, 15 years back, we thought, oh, we are in a very advanced, sophisticated world. But today, looking back, 10 years ago, what we are doing becomes rudimentary now. So it will continue to change. That is one thing. A human being will become obsolete at some point of time. We will not be doing anything. Whatever we were doing, whatever we are doing, machines have started to do. So that is going to be the order of the day, and we need to accept that. Still, it is we who make that. So that way, our demand will continue to be there. That's where our skill, our talent, ability to learn, ability to cross-skill, all of that become crucial. Now on the second diagram, as you can see, this is how internet started. This is even before internet, how the networking we started. When I started to work, we only had a local area network. We never had even internet connectivity at that point of time. It used to be a huge magic to get connected to a third-party network. So that's how it used to be there. Then from there, it moved into a slow, very slow bandwidth network, internet. So we used to have a dial-up modem at our home and connected through our landline phone. And then the phone bill will increase so much if you use internet for an hour. And we used to have so much of restriction in terms of the use. It used to be what? 64 kbps, 32 kbps, 128 used to be 128 kbps used to be such a luxury in those days. If I get 64 kbps, it used to be so good. That is how we started to use internet. From there, today, then the mobile internet came. When the mobile internet came, it moved into GPRS, a 2G kind of a model we started to use. From there, it moved into a smartphone kind of a model where people became very close to mobile. In fact, that's one thing that we can talk about. The mobile technology made so many people get accustomed to the IT. Otherwise, I don't think today so many people will know what is IT. The 4Gs and 5Gs, the high-speed internets, the broadbands at home that we have today, and the ability to connect to Wi-Fi. You know, any device you have today, you are able to connect to Wi-Fi. I think that was a major transition. I request people to be on mute, please. I request people to be on mute, please. Could you be on mute?
Participants, kindly mute your audio.
Could you be on mute, please? I still hear background noise, please.
Participants.
Okay, we will continue. Try to hear me. Okay, please don't focus there. Please come back here. From there, the mobile PCs, connected PCs, we had a huge, today you see the call centers. Okay? There are so many call centers which are operating. They have a huge bandwidth which they use. They connect to anywhere. For example, you call a bank call center, you call a Airtel call center, somebody picks up the phone, you don't even know where the person is talking from. The person could be in the US, the person could be in the Europe, or could be in India. You don't know that. So that's the kind of connectivity that we are able to establish because of the evolution of internet. From there, when we are all thinking, oh wow, we have internet and we can do everything. We can see anything in the world. Sitting at my location, I can see anything. We were thinking, oh, this is the end. Then IoT came. IoT announced saying that, no, you are in for much bigger things to see. Wait, what I am going to do. That's how IoT started. IoT started sometime in 2012 as an official word IoT. But even before that, much before that, IoT started, which you will see in the coming slides. So now let's see. I still see the people coming in, so I need to manage them as well. So I'm sorry about that.
Sri Mahalakshmi, kindly mute your audio.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about what is IoT. Okay. Basically, machines that are built to run machines. Okay. If you can define what is IoT, can you define IoT? There are 100 definitions that you can give, but in a very simple term that anybody can understand. Machines that are built to run machines. That is what IoT is all about. Basically, it is connected devices and connected solutions. You connect multiple devices to bring multiple solutions. That's all about IoT, if you can put it in a very layman's term. The word IoT, as I told you, though it started much before in 80s and even before that, I'm going to talk about that later. But the actual IoT name was given by a British technologist, Ashton, in the year 1999. Kevin Ashton was he who gave that name as IoT. So then from there it became popular in early 2000s, but eventually from 2011, 2012, it started picking up big time. So if you can go back to IoT, actual IoT, or the concept, in terms of the concept, how it started, if you want to go back, it probably started in the year 1970 in Carnegie Mellon University, which is one of the very popular universities in the US, where they connected a vending machine, okay, to see if there are Cokes available, and if the Cokes are chill. The students tried this out in the year 1970. That's when first time an IoT kind of a model was adopted. Basically, it was called ARPANET, which is Advanced Research Projects Agency. That's an agency who controlled the network, and they were the people who announced officially what is TCP/IP. They were the first network to implement the TCP/IP protocol world over. So that became the foundation for internet. In fact, the internet was laid over that particular protocol. On top of that, IoT was built. So basically, this ARPANET was established by this agency called ARPA of the United States, which was managed by the Department of Defense there. So that was probably the first time in which the word IoT or the technology IoT came into existence. Now, moving on to, basically, as Nadira ma'am said, it is connecting any device which has an on and off switch to the internet. Okay, I can connect any two devices to produce something, to get something out of that. That is all about IoT. So, for example, you have cell phones, coffee makers, washing machines, refrigerators, air conditioners, components of machines. The list goes on and on and on. So, what can you do with these things? Basically, we are connecting them with sensors. We are connecting them with sensors that have Wi-Fi capability, that can connect to the internet, that can connect to Wi-Fi signal, get the signal, and do some process, give instructions to the equipment and to us. Basically, that is the model. And there are, according to Gartner, okay, this is an official number, but the unofficial number I heard is double. There are currently over 50 billion connected devices in the world. 50 billion connected devices are using IoT, are running IoT processes. And they say this is just an official number. There are so many unknown devices that work on IoT, which can probably be double of this size. So that's the kind of connectivity we are talking about, the number that we are talking about. So basically, you can connect people to people, people to things, and things to things. This is a circle that forms the IoT process. Now, I'm going to give you some of the components, some of the components that we use on a day-to-day basis, which become IoT-enabled components. Let's take, for example, a smart car. What is a smart car? Every car is a smart car, right? It does what we are expecting the car to do. But imagine a situation where your car has an IoT device, IoT sensor, and you are driving on the road and you are stuck in traffic. You are going to be delayed for the meeting. You have a meeting in your office at 10 o'clock. You are on the way, and the car is suggesting the best route for you to go. Of course, GPS is also there today, and the sensor also adds to that, and it gives you a best route to go. Now, as you go, as you drive, it calculates the time, and then it has a calendar. It has a meeting calendar enabled in your system, and then it tells you that you are not going to be on time for the meeting. And based on the calendar, system knows who initiated that calendar for the meeting, and then it communicates to that person saying that Ishwaran Ram is in his car driving, he's stuck in traffic, he's going to be late by 15 minutes. That message can go to the meeting convener automatically. I don't need to make a call, he doesn't need to make a call to know. So this is one of the examples. Smart coffee maker. Let's assume that we all wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, or whenever we wake up, there's an alarm that rings. I know we all snooze, forget about all that. Finally, let's assume we don't snooze and we wake up at 6 o'clock. And then immediately, as soon as I wake up, my smartphone can give an instruction to the coffee maker to make coffee for me. I don't need to go and do anything. It can pass the instruction. Look, my friend has woken up. Can you make coffee? That is the connectivity we are establishing between the smartphone and the coffee maker. Smart refrigerator, probably this is one of the IoT models which came in the year 1990s. I remember reading about this, where, for example, you have so many items in your refrigerator. Okay, you have dairy products, you have vegetables, fruits, everything you have, and there are storages based on particular item to be kept here. You have a barcode enabled for each of the products, and you keep everything there. Based on your consumption, the fridge can tell you these are the items to be bought. Go one step further, fridge can even place